Sometimes new content creators don't know exactly how to get the best sound out of their mics without some practical means. However, I'm here today to explain to you that there's one simple solution that might get overlooked. That simply is getting a boom arm. Welcome to Creators Tech. I'm LL Mel, and today we're going to review the Fulaim X36 boom arm for microphones. In this review, I will be walking you through what the microphone boom arm is, what it's used for, and I hope that by the end of this review, you can make an informed decision as to whether or not this boom arm is the right one for you. This boom arm typically retails for around the $70 range as of the time of this recording. The Fulaim X36 mic boom comes with the arm stand itself, a 5/8 inch nut, a 5/8 to 3/8 inch adapter. It comes with 5 Velcro straps for cable management. It comes with a hex wrench to adjust the adapter for microphones, and it has a 3.5 pounds load capacity. It has an aluminum metal body, which is very, very nice. It feels very premium. It does seem like it's very sturdy, very heavy duty. I have a desk that's about 1.5 inches in thickness, and it fits just fine with it. This boom arm measures about 26 inches in length, and so it's more than enough when you compare it to other low-profile boom arms that are compact. Obviously, if you're searching for a boom arm that is a higher profile boom arm in terms of its length and size, then this will probably not be the one for you. However, according to my personal needs, I have a desk where I like to place my boom arms and my microphones within hand's reach and relatively close, and I like to keep my boom arms very low profile so that they don't get in the way when I'm doing talking head videos such as this one, or when I'm doing live streams, so that when I have my controllers in my hands or I have my keyboard and mouse going at full steam during my gameplay sessions, these types of boom arms are perfect for me. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, I've spoken about this before. I typically don't like to have too much other stuff on my screen that is distracting from the piece that I want to showcase, or in some cases, that being myself. So one of the things that sometimes will distract from the product you're trying to display is the microphone and the microphone stand itself. For most purposes, displaying a microphone's not that bad of a thing, because sometimes you sacrifice optics for really good sound quality. If you want to have really good sound, you're going to have to put the microphone very close to you. And the closer the microphone to you, the better the sound is going to be. You get that proximity effect. And pretty much what these boom arms do is that's what they help you with. They help you with that proximity effect that you are trying to achieve. That clean sound, so that you can turn the gain down just a bit in your microphone so that it only picks up your voice, and your voice being so close to this helps it be at a lower gain so that the background noises in your room, especially if you have an untreated room, are not getting picked up. Right now, if you're wondering, I'm using the Fifine AM8 microphone for this particular case. However, this does have the adapters so that you can use other types of microphones as well. Now, I had no expectations when I was receiving this device, this boom arm from Fulaim. I had never heard of it. So, to my surprise, when I unboxed this boom arm, I was thinking, wow, what great quality. It's an aluminum finish. It seems very premium, very high grade. It looks very pleasant to the eye. This is actually one of those boom arms that I wouldn't mind showing up every now and then on screen. It's very pretty. It's very, very well built. I'm sorry if that hurt your ears out there. However, I just had to do that to kind of demonstrate a little bit of what the finish feels like to the touch. So it's very nice, very pretty. It comes in multiple colors. I am displaying right now the all black one, and it just looks so nice. It has these kind of chrome metallic buttons on the sides where all the joints go into. And one of the things that I personally am surprised about, and I understand why they're doing this. After all, it is still within semi-budget category when it comes to pricing for boom arms, is how hefty these joints are on this boom arm. It takes quite a bit of power when you're trying to go ahead and adjust this. The only thing that it doesn't take too much power on is adjusting it when moving it at the base. The base swivels. It rotates 360 degrees. And it's smooth as butter. That's probably my favorite thing about this, aside from the way it looks. It looks really nice. However, if I'm going to knock it for something, what I'm going to knock it for is how stiff the joints are. If I'm trying to move this, this is the easiest point that you're seeing on screen right here, because this is the farthest point of leverage to this. If you're just trying to go here and adjust it from here, it's going to take a lot more power for me to go ahead and adjust it. Of course, I do want to say this. Once you have a microphone on this, it's going to make it so much easier to grab it at the farthest point of leverage and go ahead and make your adjustments. So in the end, even though I'm kind of being nitpicky about the leverage that I have to use, the power that I have to use to make these adjustments for it, it's not as bad as you might think. Plus, I expect that with the months of usage, it's probably going to be something that you get used to. Not only that, it's probably going to loosen up just a tad bit so that you can go ahead and keep making these adjustments. It might just be tight because it's still relatively new. Another thing that was a little surprising to me is how, since compared to how premium this all looks and feels, I feel like the cable management could have used a more elegant solution than just having these Velcro straps attached to it on this side. I think the Velcro straps end up kind of deterring from the beauty of it. However, given the colors that I chose for this device, the black on black Velcro straps, and just added only to the sides and not being wrapped around the whole thing, it's not that bad. It's actually not even showing up on camera very much. As you can see, the cable here, I kind of tried to make it a slightly different color than the boom arm itself. Where the boom arm is black, this cable is like a charcoal gray color. I just wanted to see if it would pop up during the video broadcast here, and I do see that there is a little bit of contrast there. However, given the amount of straps that I used and the places where they are placed, it's actually not as bad as I initially thought it would be. So those are two negatives that I gave this boom arm stand. However, they're very negligible because you can manage this and it still looks really nice. I just feel like it could have been done a touch better, just a little bit. Maybe some cable management on one side, or maybe have these tops and ends covered somehow. I know I probably would have added a few dollars to the overall cost of this, but in my opinion, it would have been well worth it when it comes to hiding the cables. That's one of my pet peeves. Cables. I don't want cables showing up all over the place in my videos or in any production. If I feel like it adds to a little bit of the sloppiness, a little bit of the non-attention to detail when I see videos where cables are showing up all over the place. Maybe it's just me. However, that's how I feel about cables. I know there are some cases where cables are unavoidable. It's just a fact of life. You have to have cables when you're using certain types of equipment. But my thing is trying to hide those cables either from my view or from the audience's view, just to make everything look so much nicer, much higher production value. Well, maybe not so much higher, but at least a little bit better. And that's what we're trying to do as creators. We're trying to improve just a little bit every day. There's so many things about this that I like. The way this all swivels, the way you can adjust everything, and it's so flexible. For example, here on the end with the mic, you have to excuse me if the mic sound goes up and down a little bit. I'm about to start moving the mic. It's very flexible. You can push it up, push it back down, and you can also push it back and forth. Now again, I had mentioned it's a little bit stiff, and that's why you have to kind of use both hands on this when you're making these adjustments. I expect that in the future, once this kind of loosens up just a little bit, this is going to be a lot easier to do. But even right now, it's not that big of a deal. But if you're somebody that has issues with hand strength, you're probably going to struggle just a little bit with this. Everybody else, it's not really going to be much of a problem. So it's very flexible, so you can position your mic however you want. You can even position it up a little higher and drop the mic down like a lot of people do. This is kind of like classic broadcasting style when it comes to the way they set up their boom arms up high and the microphone's hanging. However, for my particular taste, I don't like doing that. I like it to be just very nice and low profile, or at least as low profile as possible. When you're doing a stream and you're doing talking head videos, if you're talking and you're moving your hands a lot, this is great because it does not get in the way. You can still use your hands. You can use the over position of your hands over the boom arm, or you can go under, as well as I had mentioned before, using your controllers and your keyboards and your mouses underneath this. It frees up your desk as well, so you don't have to worry about having like a stand in front of you getting in the way when you're going ahead and doing your broadcasts. It's a very nice solution, a very nice boom arm. It's low profile. It's not that long, so it's not going to take so much space in your desk. One thing also that I noticed about this, the first arm is a 3-section arm. So the first section, it doesn't bend down all the way. It has a rotation of about 15 degrees each way. I didn't measure the exact degree number. However, it does only go about 15 degrees one way and then about another 15 degrees the other way. So if that's something that's going to matter in your setup, please keep that in mind. In my setup, it doesn't matter. It's just fine. I also like the way it grips to your desk. I've had the bad luck in the past of getting those really cheap boom arms for desks that where the apparatus that holds on to the desk, it doesn't hold on all the way in. Let's say this is your desk, right? And this is the corner of your desk. It doesn't really hold on all the way in there. It's just kind of like barely touches it, and that's where it starts tightening at the bottom, and it causes for a little bit of sag. and you don't want sag with your boom arms. You want it to be in there nice and tight, and this is exactly the type of grip that you get with this boom arm. It's really nice, very premium feeling. Is it going to be worth your $70? Well, that's going to be up to you. If you want something that feels premium, that's aluminum, that looks beautiful, but with considering some of these cons that I had mentioned previously in this video, you might want to take that into account. However, I do believe that a lot of the positives definitely outweigh the negatives with this one. It's a really, really good boom arm. I really like it. It's a thumbs up from me. Thank you, Fulaim. And if you're a creator out there, I want you to keep these things in mind when purchasing devices, when purchasing equipment for your streams. Is it going to work for you? Is it something that you are going to actually use first as a tool? And number two, since this is one of those things that's going to be in front of the camera, is it going to fit the aesthetic of the stream that you're trying to portray for your audience? Those are some things to keep in mind. If you're thinking about purchasing this boom arm or this microphone or anything else that we've ever showcased on this channel before, it really helps us grow if you use the affiliate links in the video description. I'm LL Mel, and thank you very much for watching Creators Tech. Technology for creators.